Welcome back to Good Morning Interbike. I'm David, your host, and we are back in the Interbike Media Center. And for your friends who aren't watching, tell them to go to interbike.com/live and join the fun here at Good Morning Interbike today and tomorrow. Again, we start every morning at 8:30 a.m. Pacific. I am joined with two fine gentlemen from a company that many of you probably mispronounce its name, so we're going to start with that in a minute. But first, we've got Chris Hillyer and Jeff Lenowski. They're here from
Teva.
Teva. No.
I'll let you guys battle that one out in a little while. But it is indeed Teva, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's actually the Hebrew word for nature.
Learn something every day.
There's a reason, yeah.
Awesome. Let's talk about that a little bit. Before we talk about your new product and what Jeff does for you guys, let's talk a little bit about the company history. How long's Teva been around?
Yeah, almost. We're going to be celebrating our 30th anniversary in
Wow.
2014, so a lot longer than many people have been on this planet.
And what was the, yeah, thanks. Now you're making me feel bad. What was the sort of genesis of the company? How did the company get started? What are its roots?
Yeah, it was founded by a Colorado river guide many years ago in 1984, and he was the innovator of the sports sandal, which I think we all take for granted now, has been around for a lot of people's lives. But he was the first one that decided, hey, I want to flip-flop when I'm out here in the wild, but I don't want it to fall off when I'm doing my activities.
And the company has really blossomed since then, right? I mean, you've gone way beyond the sandal and some of the things that we'll talk about today. I asked you what markets are you in, and your answer was?
Yeah, we do everything. We actually are introducing a whole line of winter boots.
Really?
Right now, insulated winter boots are just launching right now. The Chair 5 and the Jordan L are available in stores, and really innovative take to how people walk around in the snow.
I love that, the Jordan L. See, I live in Park City, Utah, so awesome. That's cool.
There you go.
So you guys just really are in outdoor.
Absolutely.
And how long have you been in the bike segment?
Yeah, just a couple of years, so we're pretty new. This is our first Interbike show, so we're really excited to be here and have a booth and be presenting.
I think people are probably surprised to see Teva here at the show. But Jeff, for you, now for a lot of people maybe who don't know who you are, you're kind of famous. You're a world record holder. You're a mountain bike, sort of a not only a pioneer, but you're also well known. Tell everybody a little bit about who you are and how you got involved with Teva.
I've been mountain biking for 25 years, professionally for over 15, and I guess I mainly made a name for myself doing free ride and that type of stuff. But the reality is, I pretty much ride anything with wheels. So whether it's cross country, road, trials, whatever, I just love riding bikes. So I've my participation with Teva has gone back 10 years. I was involved with the Teva Mountain Games as a course designer. So for me, I always thought of Teva as supporting cycling because they had supported mountain bike freeride, 10, 11 years ago.
Yeah.
So it really wasn't anything new to me. And about 4 years ago, they approached me about helping get involved designing some mountain bike shoes, and it just seemed like a really natural transition.
Did you ever think of yourself as a shoe designer?
No, not at all, but sat down and met a bunch of these guys, and they seemed pretty confident to turn my ideas into reality, so it worked out perfect.
Now, Chris, you're the manager of innovation. What does that mean?
Yeah, so basically I'm well-rooted in the product creation process. So I work with designers and developers and other innovation scientists, if you will. But basically just trying to bring new ideas to fruition, trying to be creative within our spaces that we play in, and bring fun new things to athletes like Jeff.
Awesome. So let's talk about some of the stuff that you're showing here at Interbike, and specifically, let's maybe start with the shoes that Jeff has most been involved in.
Yeah, that's a great start. So maybe Jeff can talk about it, but this is the Lynx, and this is a free ride mountain bike shoe for flat pedals, so non-clipless connection, but Jeff can talk about that a little bit.
Yes, this shoe was in development for about three or 4 years, and then we launched it last year. This is the first year we're showing it at Interbike, and basically the trick with mountain bike freeride stuff is everybody wants to have technology in all their products, but they don't necessarily want it to look like it has technology. You want it to just look like a surf style, skate style type of thing. So whether it's shorts that look like board shorts that have high performance chamois and t-shirts that look like t-shirts but they're moisture wicking material, same thing goes for your footwear. So what Teva was able to accomplish was make a shoe that looks just as good off of your bike, but it has all the performance benefits when you're riding. So mountain bike shoe is a lot different than a skateboard shoe, so has a lot of things that you need. Main thing is we're riding and falling, unfortunately, sometimes from pretty high heights, so heel cushioning and impact resistance for your foot is precedent. And then second, since it's a flat-soled shoe, your two main point of contacts are your feet and your hands, so you really need a good interface with the pedals. There's some shoes on the market that have really, really sticky traction that might not be ideal for free ride mountain biking, and then you have skateboard shoes on the other end of the spectrum, which aren't ideal at all. So we wanted to find something in the middle that would be perfect for mountain bike free riding. And then plus, since we're not riding around in skate parks and things like that, we're hiking out in the desert, we needed to have traction on the toe and the heel. So kind of have like a hybrid sole where it gives you the best of both worlds. Great pedal placement and traction, and then traction to hike up and down dirt hills and wherever you might be out in the woods. And then mountain biking is a hot and sweaty sport, so needed to have a lot of ventilation. And then we also wanted to be able to have it look clean, so these shoes have a treatment that allows you to clean it afterwards, and it stays dry and keeps your foot dry.
So if you're muddy and dirty, it's not going to look like it after your ride.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Come a long way from those river sandals we were talking about.
Oh yeah.
I mean that's a lot of technology. What else are you showing this year at Interbike?
Yeah, so the Lynx is really our intro, and we've pushed our boundaries a little bit as far as where we can go from there.
Yeah, no kidding.
One of the most notable ones, just working with a lot of athletes out there. Some people prefer to ride in mid-top shoes, and especially within the free ride arena where people are doing a lot of tricks involving the bike spinning around, tail whips and whatnot. They're always catching the bike with their foot, and that can be pretty. That can be pretty hard on your ankles and stuff. So we worked with Kurt Sorge, and this is even a colorway that we did with Sam Pilgrim, just trying to celebrate his I guess
unique style.
That works.
Nationality. So he wanted a British colorway. But this is just a Lynx mid, so a mid-top version of the same shoe, having that same predictable traction story, same durability,
nice.
But with a little bit higher collar there.
Yep.
The other thing that's been great for us is we've been able to take it a little bit more lifestyle.
It's a great looking shoe.
Yeah, so this has been great. This is the roller, and this will be the second season for the roller. We have this is our spring version, which goes to a textile upper, nice breathable style. We can wear it every day, but it has that same great traction story on the bottom.
Oh, nice.
So having the area for the platform pedal to hook up, as well as a traction story in the toe and the heel for getting around on the dirt.
And so not just a mountain bike shoe, but an urban shoe as well. So a commuter shoe, a messenger shoe, or just walking around in a casual shoe as well.
Yeah, and that's part of the beauty of actually having even the free ride product is, like Jeff said, he wants a shoe that he can wear on and off the bike.
Yeah.
We wear these things every day.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's a nice shoe just to wear around, and the fact that it performs on the bike is really an amazing bonus. Obviously, it was the way that we designed it.
Yep.
But it's a fantastic opportunity for us to be in the market and for these retailers here at Interbike to come to the booth and say, hey, that's a shoe that people aren't just going to be wearing that on the bike. Yeah. They can wear it every day of their life.
Makes sense. One more.
All right, so this is actually the most exciting one that we have out here to date. This is our new clipless shoe. This is called the Pivot, and we've been working for a long time. Actually did a collaboration with Crank Brothers, and very excited to introduce this to the market. Right now we just have prototypes. This won't be available until July. Okay. So we just wanted to show the industry what we're working on, and we're really excited about it, and definitely very, very exciting new frontier for our brand to get into clipless product. And have been getting a great response so far from the retailers.
What was the aspect of the collaboration between you and Crank Brothers?
Yeah, so we actually went to Crank Brothers. First and foremost, we just wanted to make sure that our shoes worked perfectly with the clipless pedal systems that are existing out there. Yeah. And so wanted to make sure it works with all the different pedal systems. But when we started talking to Crank Brothers, they had some really great ideas. They were like, hey, it's amazing that you guys are coming to us because nobody does that. Yeah. And we were like, what? So we were like, this would be a great opportunity to not only make shoes that work perfectly with the pedal systems out there, but also to work with an established brand in this space, just to give us credibility and to help us get the message out.
Teva didn't need credibility. Come on. Well, maybe with the clipless, I understand. Jeff, you've been hanging out in the booth. What's been the response of the retailers as they've come through? Number one, what's Teva doing here? And number two, with some of the cycling-specific shoes.
It's been great. I think most of the retailers are familiar with the Teva brand, just like anybody. It's got a strong name in the outdoor sports world. So to see them move into cycling, I don't think it's totally unnatural for them to see it. And then I think they're surprised at how well-rounded the product line is. To see not only high-performance shoes for free riding, but commuter shoes and, like we said, more lifestyle bike-type shoes.
Yeah. And
then also seeing us go into the SPD shoe where we're kind of bridging the gap between a real technical-looking racing shoe or a completely downhill shoe. We're kind of finding that middle ground to appeal to the trail rider and light downhill rider that's going to spend lots of time on their bike, but they want a ton of performance, and again, they want it to look cool and casual off the bike.
And I think one of the great things is, retailers are always looking for ways to increase revenue, get more people in their shops, get more dollar per visit, and you're offering them that, whether it's with a cycling-specific shoe or lifestyle shoe, you're giving them that additional way to bring more revenue through the door.
Sure. I think, times are tough out there, and people have to be really, especially retailers have to be really sensitive to what their riders are doing. We get in conversations all the time, and really the impetus for us to go into the all-mountain category, we don't all live next to chairlifts, and downhill shoes are great. But if you have to, you might. The Jordan now, right?
That's right.
So, but many of us don't, and I think the reality is a lot of us have to pedal to the top of those mountains.
That's right.
And wearing a gravity shoe is actually pretty miserable to ride uphill in. We wanted a shoe that could do it all. So that's, that helps the retailer as well.
It's a great story. Guys, welcome to Interbike.
Thanks
for coming, and thanks for being here as part of the Interbike scene. We're going to look forward to seeing you guys in years and years to come. So Jeff and Chris, thanks so much for joining us on Good Morning Interbike. Go check them out here at Interbike. I think when you see the shoes up close, I think you'll get it. Everything that they've been saying, whether it's the technical aspect that Jeff brings or whether it's the innovation that Chris brings, I think you'll see a lot from Teva. So go and check them out. Guys, thanks for joining us on Good Morning Interbike. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with the guys from Surface. Stick around.